Okay, hi everybody, it's Bankai Night 22. Yeah, it's so hard to review animes during the week. It's so difficult. But anyway, moving on. Um, Dorohedoro. So, yeah, this episode 7, season 2 of Dorohedoro. It's called they have like 3 different episode titles. I'm gonna call this one Deformed Reunion for obvious reasons. Well, all the titles of the episode called My Secret Plan, Cross-Eye Expedition. So, the way to dissect this episode is most of it has to do with Ian. The household, Hokkaido, the whole shebang. Now, this episode was very shocking. Oh my god. Because it circled around Ian and what was coming. Now, when I read this in the manga, I was like, oh shit! Now, not a lot, stuff happened, but most of it was Ian. We see the Cross Eyes, they are just trying to get some money to, for their expenses and everything. Now, that's all that's really happening in the episode with them. The main focus is at Ian, with Ian. And we have Fujita. He shows up with Ibisu, who's dead. And he's trying to force... There's this little dog creature that Ian has called Karake. I probably butchered that name. I apologize. Who basically can bring back from the dead. Yeah, because why not? So, what we find out, which was already kind of hinted at, is this. Ibisu is the one who turned Kaiman into a lizard head. And she's the one who did it. Now, logistically speaking, we saw in last week's episode, he reverted. The guy he reverted to was Ayakawa, who we see in this episode. But we get that whole gist of backstory further in the episode. But most of it is just basically, Fujita trying to get Ibisu back to life. Ian says, be careful, because his pet, well, not pet, he calls it, it's a part of the family, and says that if you are too forceful with it, it will defend itself. It'll do something terrifying or something. I don't know. I'm trying to see what the name of that thing was, because I butchered the shit out of it, and I wanted to know. Kikurake. Kikurai. I'm gonna call it Kiku. So Kiku, while Fujita's trying to get him, he's like, "Use my, don't waste your magic, use it," on Ibisu. And then this thing on her, I guess it's her collar activates, and these sharp metal things come out, which I believe are razor blades. Now, eventually what happens is he bumps into Noi. Noi fixes Ibisu up, and Kiku fixes Ibisu. Now, during the episode, it's hinting many things regarding Ian which are not good. A horoscope saying that you're going to have a bad experience with something in the past. He's having bad dreams. Now, the other part of the episode also, before the huge big thing that happened, was Asu and Ayakawa. So basically, Ayakawa is Kaiman. That's the gist. But there's another layer to this that hasn't really been explored until we go deeper in the content, kind of material with the manga. So basically, Asu, who is not Asu anymore, he's a sorcerer again, meets up with Ayakawa. Ayakawa puts these bandages things on him, so he looks like a mummy. And they go to Ian's mansion to see Nikaido. Now, Nikaido's not doing well. Her body's rejecting Ian's magic, and it's not going well. Eventually, she, they meet up with her, but she wants to know about this guy. She says, Kaiman, and he says, I don't know who that person is. And she's crying, and he shows her his face. Good looking dude. Now, it should be established. Ayakawa's face is a very important plot point when we get involved with the boss of the Cross Eyes. Not now. Because right now, in this episode, when we get to see him, you can't see this guy. Because it's very shadowy. There's no real clear picture of his face. But I digress. So he says goodbye to Nikaido. He just leaves. So Nikaido is now with Asu. So they're going to go on their own journey. It's going to go a huge amount of things going on and so on and so forth. Towards the end of the episode, when Ibisu and Fujita goes to see Ian, they go into some kind of building. It starts to get wobbly. And then we see Ian see Kiku, who's scared at something, and Cross-Eyed Boss finally reveals himself. Now, this guy is very mysterious. He's like he could take out a lot of sorcerers with just weapons, with just knives. It's insane. But he has this fight with Ian, and Ian just realizes this is like 6 years ago. And by the way, the whole point of him going after Nikaido was because Nikaido has time magic. He wanted to use, not to spoil territory, but hell, fuck it, Nikaido's magic to go back in time to see if he killed him. Now, obviously, that didn't happen. He has this fight with him. This is one-sided. It's bad. It's like, oh, shit. Well, like I said, when I saw this in the manga, I was like, oh, my God. Now, yeah, pretty much, Ian's dead. He's dead. It's funny how Ian is dead, But Kaiman just reverts back to Ayakawa, and he's walking around happy in this days, most sunny, beautiful day. But that's what basically happened. He just annihilates. He cuts off his arm. He slices him like on his face, and he can't even spew smoke out because he's bleeding too much. And then what you see, what's left of Ian, is appalling. It's his head attached to his torso, nothing else. And that's what the episode ends. Overall, even though it's like going back and forth, I love this episode. They really emphasize the altercation here between Ian and the boss of the Cross Eyes. This dude is very powerful. Like, he takes out sorcerers like nobody's business. So, we also got, I forgot to mention this, we saw Curse, who is basically Risu. From the previous episode, he turned into Curse. So now he's Curse. And, so on and so forth. Now, I can't tell you, unfortunately, because people will see this episode and be like, holy shit, he's dead! Things happen. Things are going to happen. Some important things. They are not going to get to what this alteration is. So, regarding Ian's character, Mappa is not going to get to what happens next. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, we have episode 8 next. And from my observations, we should be reaching to volume 12 now. So, I gotta figure it's episode 8. I think, let me just check this one check. $11. Okay. So we got 11 episodes. So let's see. 8, 9, 10. Wait, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 4 more. 4 more in this heap. So, and I find it funny that they didn't close out with his death. And we got more shit to go through, which is going to be bonkers. Because eventually, what basically is going to more or less happen, to a certain extent, is now you're going to have Asu with Nakaido. They're going to go on a whole different journey of what needs to go on. Ayakawa, he's there, and he'll show up here and there, give or take. But that's what is going to transpire. And the Ian family, they're going on a journey too, of some sorts. But overall, love the episode, 9 out of 10. I am a little upset, but it's in the manga too. The boss of the Cross Eyes, he's never shown. His abilities, what he can do, you only get a few instances, tastes of what he's actually doing. Not until later on when it's like, holy shit, what the frick is this? Which I can't say what he does because spoilers. But overall, liked it. 9 out of 10 for this one. I want everyone to know, Wistoria, I'm liking it a lot. Just forgot to mention that. But this is all I got for you guys. Bankai Night 22. Hopefully next week I'll try to do something. It's so hard. It's just so hard. It's come from work, I'm dead ass tired. It's the way it is. But anyway, this is Bankai Night 22. I will catch you guys later.